life in the modern world, it's a whirlwind, isn't it?
It really is.
And that feeling of walking through your front door and just letting out a sigh of relief, that's becoming more and more essential.
Mm.
Our homes are doing so much for us now. They're where we work, where we connect, and, well, ultimately where we recharge.
Absolutely.
So today, we're taking a deep dive into something incredibly important for our well-being,
Yeah.
crafting your very own cozy home sanctuary.
Yeah, and this isn't just about, making a pretty space. It's a fundamental way we respond to the demands of our busy lives.
Right.
We ask so much of our homes, and intentionally creating a place of refuge within those walls can have a really significant impact on our mental and emotional health.
And there's this wonderful Danish concept that really captures this idea, hygge.
Ah, yes. Hygge.
That's spelled Hyggge, and it's pronounced hygge.
Hygge.
It's all about that feeling of warmth, contentment, spending quality time with loved ones, and really appreciating the simple everyday joys. That feeling of hygge is what we're aiming for.
It's interesting how this cultural idea really speaks to a universal human need for comfort and a sense of security in the places where we live.
Totally.
It's a deep-seated desire, isn't it?
Right.
For our immediate surroundings to feel nurturing.
Exactly. So our mission today is to give you, our listener, some really practical guidance. We've explored expert insights on everything from establishing a sense of calm to strategically using light and textures, truly personalizing your space, engaging all your senses, choosing colors that soothe, bringing the outside in, and arranging your space in a way that just feels good.
Right.
We're thinking of these as like 8 essential aspects of a cozy home sanctuary.
And it's important to see how these aspects connect, I think. It's not about just ticking off a list.
No, definitely not.
It's about understanding how each element contributes to that overall feeling of sanctuary you want to create.
So with those 8 essential aspects in mind, let's lay the groundwork for our cozy sanctuary. And that begins with what might seem like the least glamorous part, clearing the path to calm. We're talking about decluttering.
And it's worth noting the very real connection between our physical spaces and our mental well-being.
Oh, yeah.
Studies have indicated that a cluttered environment can actually trigger stress responses in our bodies, even leading to elevated levels of cortisol, which is, a key stress hormone.
Right. Cortisol, clutter can be so visually overwhelming.
It really can.
But the wonderful thing is that when you create a tidy space, it brings this amazing sense of calm, mental clarity, and even a feeling that you're more in control. It really gives your mind a chance to breathe. So if the idea of decluttering feels huge, where do we even start?
Well, the trick is often to begin small, really small.
Okay.
Instead of trying to tackle your entire home at once, just focus on one manageable area. That could be a single drawer, maybe a shelf, or just one countertop.
Just one.
Yeah. Even dedicating just 5 to 15 minutes each day to this can help you build momentum without feeling overwhelmed.
That makes sense.
And prioritizing the spaces you use most frequently, like your living room or bedroom, that can also give you a quicker sense of accomplishment and reward.
Right. Breaking it down into smaller, achievable steps. Now, when you're actually looking at your belongings, how do you decide what to keep and what to let go of? That's the hard part sometimes.
It really is. Categorizing your items can be really helpful here. Try sorting everything into 3 groups. Things you want to keep, things you can donate or sell, and things that need to be discarded or recycled.
Keep, donate, sell, discard. Got it.
And when you're deciding what to keep, ask yourself some honest questions. Do I use this regularly? Do I genuinely love it? Does it hold significant meaning for me? Some people find the idea of whether an item sparks joy to be a useful guide.
Ah, the Marie Kondo influence.
Exactly. And really be honest about how practical something is. I mean, if you haven't used it in the last 6 months, maybe even a year,
Yeah.
it might be time to find a new home.
That honest practicality check is something I definitely need to work on. Are there any specific methods or approaches that can help with the decluttering process?
Absolutely. There are several systems you might find helpful. The one in, one out principle is great for preventing future clutter.
Oh, I like that.
It means that every time you bring a new item into your home, an old one has to leave.
Keeps things in check.
It does. Then there's the 4-box method, involves labeling boxes for trash, giveaways, things to keep, and items that need be relocated to a different part of the house.
Okay. Simple enough.
The 12-12-12 challenge is a fun one. Try to find 12 items to toss, 12 to donate, and 12 to return to their proper place.
A little game.
Kinda, yeah. And then there's the KonMari method, which takes a slightly different approach. Instead of decluttering by room, it focuses on decluttering by category, so you gather all your clothes together, then all your books, and so on.
Oh, I've heard of that. So it's not just about tidying up a specific area. It's about looking at all the items that serve a similar purpose, like all at once.
Exactly. It encourages you to really evaluate your relationship with each type of item across your entire home. It's a more mindful approach to your belongings, really.
Do you have one more key piece of advice when it comes to decluttering? Like a final thought on it?
Yeah. Try looking at your home with fresh eyes. Imagine you're seeing it for the very first time as a visitor would.
Oh, that's interesting.
Sometimes that little bit of mental distance can help you identify those areas of clutter that you might have become so used to that you no longer really see them.
That's a brilliant way to shift your perspective. Okay, so once we've cleared that path to calm, let's move on to pillar 2, fixture focus.
Lighting.
Yes. And by this, we really mean thinking intentionally about your lighting. It's amazing how dramatically lighting can change the entire mood of a space.
Oh, hugely. An interesting aspect of creating a cozy atmosphere is understanding how different layers of light work together. It's not just about having one bright overhead light.
Right, not just flipping one switch.
Exactly. Different types of light fixtures contribute in unique ways to create a warmer and more inviting ambiance.
Okay, let's break down some of the key types then. Lamps, both table lamps and floor lamps, seem like an obvious starting point. What makes them so important for creating coziness?
Well, they're incredibly versatile. They provide what we call ambient light, which is that general soft illumination that fills a space.
Okay.
And they also offer task lighting, which is more focused light for specific activities like reading or working.
Right, like by a favorite chair.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Plus, they can add a touch of elegance to a room and really help define those cozy little areas we talked about, like a reading nook. And don't underestimate the impact of lampshades. They're key in diffusing and softening the light, making it feel much warmer.
Good point about the shades.
Consider choosing lamps with unique shapes or made from natural materials like wicker or even Himalayan salt, which give off a lovely, gentle glow.
I love the idea of a salt lamp. It does create such a soothing light. What about string lights, sometimes called fairy lights? I know they can add a whimsical touch, but how do you keep them from looking too, I don't know, dorm roomy?
Haha, yeah, I know what you mean. When used intentionally, though, they can add a wonderful touch of magic and provide a soft, delicate accent light.
Okay.
Instead of just draping them haphazardly, think about more deliberate placements, like maybe along a mantelpiece, gently wound around a headboard, strung across a window frame,
Ah, okay.
or even gathered to create a sort of soft canopy effect. You can also get creative by placing them inside decorative glass jars to make unique, soft lanterns.
That sounds like a much more refined way to use them. Okay, next up, candles. Definitely a cornerstone of that hygge feeling.
Absolutely essential. Candles provide a unique romantic and intimate quality to lighting. Nothing quite like it.
True.
Grouping candles of varying sizes together can create a really beautiful and inviting focal point. Of course, safety is paramount. So flameless LED candles are a great option for getting a similar soft glow without the worry of an open flame.
Yeah, good alternative.
And those candle warmer lamps are fantastic too because they release the candle's scent and provide a gentle light without actually burning the wick.
Safety first, always. Now, what about those larger, more permanent fixtures like pendant lights and chandeliers? How do they fit in?
Well, these usually serve as your primary source of ambient light for a room, and ideally they should be installed with dimmer switches. That's key.
Dimmers are non-negotiable for mood lighting.
Totally. So you can easily adjust the intensity to suit the mood. Over areas like dining tables or kitchen islands, they can also provide more focused task lighting. And from a design perspective, they can really make a statement.
Yeah, they can be like jewelry for the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, considering materials like wicker or natural woven shades can help to diffuse the light beautifully and create a softer overall ambiance.
Okay, and then we have wall sconces. Where do they typically fit into creating a cozy feel?
Wall sconces are excellent for providing accent lighting. They can be used to highlight artwork, architectural details like a mantelpiece, or provide soft bedside illumination.
Oh, good for saving space on the nightstand.
Exactly, a great space-saving solution if you have small nightstands. They also work well in hallways to create a gentle flow of light.
And lastly, recessed and track lighting. They seem more functional than necessarily cozy. Or can they be?
They can be. While they can be more discreet, they still play a role in providing overall ambient or accent lighting. Track lighting is particularly versatile because you have the flexibility to direct the light where you need it most.
So it sounds like the key to cozy lighting is really about creating layers with different types of fixtures
Layers,
and
exactly.
being very mindful of the quality and direction of the light.
Precisely. It's about sculpting your space with light and shadow to add depth and a sense of warmth and intimacy.
All right, moving on to pillar 3. Material matters. This is where we get to think about all those wonderful textures that just make you want to curl up and relax.
Exactly. The materials you choose for your home have such a profound impact on how the space feels, both visually and, physically. Tactilely.
Yeah.
Incorporating a variety of textures is absolutely key to creating that inviting and cozy environment.
Let's start with natural fibers.
Mm.
What are some must-haves when it comes to cozy natural materials?
Well, cotton is a real workhorse. It's so versatile, soft, breathable, and generally easy to care for. Great for things like bedding, throws, and even upholstery.
Can't go wrong with cotton.
Then there's linen. It offers a more natural feel with a slightly textured look. It's also wonderfully breathable and durable, and it gets even softer over time, which adds a lovely relaxed charm.
I love how linen ages.
Me too. Wool is a fantastic natural insulator. It's warm, soft, and incredibly durable, making it a timeless choice for blankets and rugs, especially if you live in a cooler climate.
Definitely need wool in winter.
And then you have materials like jute and sisal, which make for really durable rugs with a beautiful earthy texture that can help ground a space.
Okay, those provide nice contrast too. What about those really plush and luxurious fabrics? They just scream cozy to me.
Absolutely. Velvet, with its incredibly soft, dense pile and rich appearance, instantly adds a feeling of sophistication and warmth. Think upholstery, pillows.
Velvet pillows.
Faux fur and sheepskin offer that wonderfully luxurious texture and significant warmth, perfect for adding snug spots with throws and accent pillows. Sheepskins are particularly associated with that Scandinavian hygge aesthetic.
Right, you see them draped over chairs.
Exactly. Sherpa is that wonderfully soft and fluffy synthetic fleece that you often find lining cozy blankets. Super soft.
Like wearing a cloud.
Kinda. And chenille has a fuzzy, velvety pile that feels incredibly luxurious in upholstery and soft furnishings.
Just imagining sinking into a velvet cushion makes me feel more relaxed. What about the role of textured knits, like big chunky blankets?
Oh yeah. Chunky and cable knits, with their large, tactile texture, immediately convey a sense of warmth and comfort. They're perfect for throws and decorative pillows. They just visually invite you to snuggle up.
They really do. Are there any other unique textures we should be thinking about incorporating?
Buchel is popular right now. It has this looped yarn that creates a nubby texture. It feels both luxurious and wonderfully tactile, making it great for upholstery and accent pillows.
Cool. Okay.
Corduroy, with its soft, raised parallel ridges, offers a unique texture that's both durable and adds a feeling of warmth. Maybe not for everything, but nice accents.
Like a cozy armchair.
Could be. And then you have brushed cotton or flannel, which have those intentionally brushed fibers that make them ultra soft and fuzzy. Perfect for trapping warmth in winter bedding and throws.
Oh, flannel sheets in winter are the best.
Aren't they? So it really sounds like the key with materials is to actively engage our sense of touch and create layers of different kinds of softness and texture throughout the space.
Exactly. It's about building a tactile environment that feels inherently comforting and inviting. Touch is so important for that cozy feeling. Okay, pillar 4 is all about infusing personality. Because a true sanctuary should really feel like an extension of you, right? Not just something from a catalog.
Precisely. It's about making your home reflect your unique stories, your individual tastes, and the things that you truly love. That's what makes it yours.
So what are some effective ways to bring that personal touch into our homes?
Well, displaying collections is a wonderful way to do this. If you have items that you've gathered over time, whether it's pottery from your travels, vintage books, or small works of art, thoughtfully arranging them allows you to enjoy them every day and share a bit about yourself with visitors or just remind yourself.
Yeah, surrounding yourself with things you love.
And then there's the incredible emotional power of photographs.
Oh, yes. Photos can instantly make a house feel more like a home. What are some creative ways we can display them beyond just sticking them on the fridge?
Right. Well, creating gallery walls is a really popular option. It's essentially a carefully arranged grouping of framed photos.
I see those everywhere now.
You can opt for a symmetrical layout for a more formal and balanced look, or go for an asymmetrical arrangement for something that feels more eclectic and personal. Mix different frame sizes, styles, and orientations.
Okay, so play around with it.
Yeah. Consider establishing a theme for your gallery wall, perhaps focusing on travel memories or family history. Using black and white photos can give a gallery wall a really timeless and cohesive feel, too.
Oh, that's a good tip for making it look unified.
Photo ledges or narrow shelves are also fantastic because they allow you to easily update your displays and create a relaxed, layered look. You're not committed to nail holes everywhere.
Easy to swap things out. I like that.
For a more modern and streamlined feel, you could arrange identically sized frames in a precise grid pattern. Very organized. And don't be afraid to get creative with unique layouts, like arranging photos to form a meaningful shape, perhaps a heart or a family tree.
Oh, that's sweet.
You can also add dynamism by mixing your photos with other decorative elements, like small mirrors or pieces of artwork. Makes it more interesting.
Those are some fantastic ideas. I especially love the thought of a gallery wall dedicated to travel photos.
It's a wonderful way to bring those cherished memories to life and enjoy them on a daily basis, isn't it?
It really is. All right, pillar 5 shifts our focus to engaging the senses. Because creating a cozy sanctuary isn't just about how a place looks, is it?
Exactly right. It's a holistic experience. It involves all of our senses working together.
We've already talked quite a bit about sight with lighting, materials, and personalization, and touch with all those wonderful textures. What about engaging our other senses? Let's start with sound. How does that play into coziness?
Sound can have a really profound impact on our sense of calm and well-being. Consider incorporating calming music, whatever that means to you, or nature sounds like gentle rain or ocean waves.
Yeah, those apps are great for that.
They are, or even the subtle crackling of a safely contained candle. That sound itself is cozy.
It really is.
A small indoor fountain or tabletop waterfall can also introduce soothing sounds, and a gentle sense of visual movement adds another layer.
I really like the idea of a small water feature. Very calming. What about the sense of smell? That can definitely evoke strong feelings of comfort.
Absolutely. Scent is incredibly powerful. Scented candles or essential oil diffusers can create a wonderful and inviting ambiance.
Any particular sense?
Well, certain scents like lavender or chamomile are often associated with relaxation and can contribute to that feeling of sanctuary. But it's also very personal. Maybe vanilla or cinnamon feels cozy to you.
True.
Even the aroma of freshly baked goods, while maybe not a permanent decor element, can certainly enhance that feeling of home and comfort.
Oh, the smell of something baking instant coziness. And finally, the sense of taste. How does that play a role in our home sanctuary? Seems less direct.
Well, it's less direct in terms of decor, you're right. But while not related to the physical decor of your space, having comforting beverages like a warm cup of tea, herbal infusion, or hot chocolate readily available, that can really enhance that feeling of sanctuary. It's about creating an environment where you can easily indulge in those simple pleasures that bring you comfort and warmth from the inside out, having your favorite mug ready.
So it's about creating a space that not only looks and feels good, but also sounds, smells, and even caters to those comforting tastes. It's the whole package.
Precisely. It's a fully immersive experience designed to soothe and nurture you.
Okay, moving on. Pillar 6 is all about hues of harmony. Choosing colors that promote calm and coziness. Color can be such a powerful tool in shaping how we feel within a space, can't it?
Absolutely. What's fascinating to consider is the direct psychological impact that different colors can have on our moods and emotions. It's quite well studied.
Right.
While your personal preferences are always the most important factor, you have to love the color. Understanding some basic principles of color psychology can help you select hues that actively contribute to a feeling of relaxation and comfort in your sanctuary.
We often hear about the difference between cool and warm colors. For creating a cozy atmosphere, it sounds like we should generally be leaning towards the warmer side of the spectrum. Is that right?
Generally, yes. That tends to be the case. Warm colors are often associated with feelings of coziness, warmth, and embrace. They feel like they're giving you a hug, almost.
Like a color hug.
Sort of. Think about incorporating earth tones like muted browns, terracotta, warm beiges, olive greens, or softer shades of reds, oranges, and yellows. Think sunset colors.
Lovely.
These colors can create a sense of intimacy and warmth in a space, making it feel more inviting and secure.
Okay, so thinking warm and inviting is a good general guideline when choosing your color palette for a cozy sanctuary. Now, let's step outside, metaphorically speaking, and bring the beauty of the outdoors in with Pillar 7, nature's embrace. This is an aspect I find particularly appealing.
Well, me too. This pillar is really rooted in the principles of biophilic design.
Biophilic, can you explain that?
Sure. Biophilic design is all about intentionally incorporating natural elements into our indoor environments. The term biophilia itself refers to our innate and deep-seated human connection with the natural world. It's the idea that we have an inherent need to connect with nature.
That makes perfect sense. We all seem to instinctively feel better when we're surrounded by elements of nature, don't we?
We really do. And the research in this area is quite compelling. Studies have shown that connecting with nature indoors can lead to significant reductions in stress levels, improvements in our mood, enhanced focus and concentration, and the creation of a more tranquil and restorative environment overall. Big benefits.
So, what are some practical ways we can actively incorporate living greenery into our homes? Plants seem like the obvious answer.
They are. Potted plants are the most direct and versatile way to do this. Consider choosing a variety of sizes and types to add visual interest and texture.
What if you don't have a green thumb?
That's okay. For those who are new to houseplants, or maybe less confident, there are many low-maintenance options available. Think snake plants, ZZ plants, pothos, succulents. They're all quite forgiving.
Okay, good to know.
If you're looking to make more of a statement, consider larger plants like fiddle-leaf figs or monsteras. They can serve as beautiful focal points in a room.
Mm-hmm.
And don't overlook the simple beauty of fresh flowers and even natural cuttings like branches, twigs, pine cones, or colorful leaves. They bring a touch of seasonal beauty and, nature's impermanence indoors.
Which is nice in itself.
Well,
What about if you're short on space?
if you're limited on floor space, vertical greenery is a great option. Things like hanging planters or even living walls, though those are more ambitious.
Yeah, a bit.
They can add a stunning biophilic element, help purify the air, and introduce a wonderful lush texture.
And if live plants just aren't feasible?
Then don't worry. There are now many incredibly realistic, high-quality artificial options that can still provide that visual connection to nature without the upkeep.
That's good to know, too. What about maximizing natural light in views? That also falls under the umbrella of nature's embrace, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's crucial. Maximizing the amount of natural light that enters your home and providing views of the outdoors are essential aspects of biophilic design.
So think about where you put the sofa.
Exactly. When arranging your furniture, think about how you can best take advantage of any available window views, even if they're not, sweeping mountain vistas. Even a view of a tree is beneficial.
Are there other ways to weave in those natural elements beyond just plants and light?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Consider incorporating the soothing element of water with maybe a small indoor fountain or a tabletop waterfall.
We mentioned sound earlier.
Right. The gentle sounds and visual movement of water can be incredibly tranquil. Also, try to favor organic shapes in your furniture and decor.
Organic shapes, like curved.
Yeah, curves, rounded edges, nonlinear forms, the kinds of shapes you find in nature. They tend to create a softer, more comfortable, and naturally flowing aesthetic compared to harsh, straight lines and sharp corners.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Softer edges feel less aggressive.
Something like that, yeah. So it sounds like biophilic design isn't just about adding a few green things. It's a much more comprehensive approach.
It really is. It's about thoughtfully considering how all these natural elements, light, views, materials, plants, shapes, sounds, even scents, can work together
Right.
to create a cohesive and harmonious system within your home that promotes your overall well-being. It's holistic.
Mm.
Okay, finally, we've arrived at Pillar 8, arranging for ease. This is all about how we organize our physical space to promote both functionality and that underlying sense of calm we're striving for.
And this ties back to the beginning, really. How you arrange your space has a significant impact on both how well it functions in your daily life and how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
And at the very foundation of a calm and easy-to-live-in space is effective organization. Minimizing visual clutter is key to reducing stress and creating that sense of peace we talked about.
So what are some key strategies for arranging our spaces in a way that promotes ease and a sense of calm? Back to storage.
Back to storage, but thinking about how it fits into the flow. Think strategically about your storage solutions. Utilize decorative baskets, stylish bins, storage ottomans that double as seating.
Multifunctional pieces.
Exactly. Shelves and closed cabinets to keep things tidy and out of sight. Don't forget to really maximize your vertical space.
Going up.
Yeah. Use tall bookshelves, floating shelves, wall-mounted cabinets, or even simple hooks to provide ample storage without taking up valuable floor area.
Good point, especially in smaller spaces.
And if you have the opportunity, incorporating built-in storage solutions like bookshelves or cabinets can offer a really seamless and efficient way to contain clutter and create a more streamlined look. Looks very intentional.
I consistently underestimate just how much visual clutter can impact my overall mood. It really creeps up on you.
It does. What's another key consideration when it comes to arranging our spaces for ease? Maybe something a bit more cozy.
Yes. The concept of creating a cozy nook is a really powerful one for fostering a sense of sanctuary.
Ah, the nook.
These are intentionally designed small areas within your home that are specifically dedicated to comfort, quiet, and personal space.
Like a little escape hatch.
Exactly. They act as little havens where you can readily retreat for relaxation activities like reading, meditating, or simply unwinding with a cup of tea.
Oh, I absolutely love that idea, having a dedicated little retreat within my own home. Even just a comfy chair and a good lamp.
It doesn't have to be a whole room, exactly. It really amplifies that overall feeling of peace and provides a readily accessible space for personal rejuvenation.
Okay. So to bring it all together, creating a truly cozy home sanctuary isn't about rigidly following a specific set of rules, is it? It sounds much more personal.
Absolutely not. It's a deeply personalized process. It's about thoughtfully weaving together all 8 of these aspects in a way that truly reflects your individual needs, your personal desires, and your unique style.
Hmm.
Remember that the 8 pillars we've explored are all interconnected. It's not like you do one and you're done.
Right. They all influence each other.
The gentle and warm lighting enhances the comforting textures of your textiles. Your cherished personal objects gain even more significance against a backdrop of calming colors.
Hmm.
The natural elements feel more vibrant and alive, with good natural light and an easy flow of movement. And a thoughtful arrangement of your space ultimately makes all the other elements more effective in creating that sanctuary you desire.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the constant demands of modern life, remember that your home has the potential to be a vital anchor for your well-being.
Definitely.
Start thinking about these 8 pillars and consider which one resonates most strongly with you right now as maybe a starting point for transforming your living space into that deeply personal and incredibly cozy haven.
And it's worth remembering that even making small intentional changes can have a surprisingly significant impact on your overall sense of peace, comfort, and well-being within your home. You don't have to do it all at once.
Not at all. Little steps.
Thank you for taking this deep dive with us into the art of creating a cozy home sanctuary. We've explored how focusing on comfort, personalization, and thoughtfully engaging all of your senses can truly transform your living space into a haven.
Hmm.
Take a moment right now, maybe, to reflect on your own home. Is there just one small change that you feel inspired to implement today or this week to enhance its sense of coziness?
And this really brings up an important point to consider, I think. As our lives continue to become increasingly demanding and fast-paced, how can the intentional design and cultivation of our personal spaces serve as a truly vital anchor for our mental and emotional health?
That's a big question. It's definitely something profound to think about. We encourage you to continue exploring these ideas and perhaps even revisit your own living spaces with these new insights in mind. See what resonates.